YouTube, I'm back this time with a very exciting, different kind of video. If you follow me on Instagram and you've seen my outfit of the day pictures, or maybe you see my kind of like fit chick pictures, this might be a familiar sight, but sorry about the echo, but I am in my bathroom. This time I am filming my first ever What Is On My Vanity video. So a few months back I did a What's in My Purse, and with the number of you guys, that was pretty popular. So I decided to talk about what is on my vanity. So yeah, I'm here in my bathroom. I'm gonna share that with you. So keep in mind that this is really what I'm going to be talking about, and I'm gonna keep it 100. My vanity usually does not look this good. It doesn't look this clean, but I just kind of recently cleaned it. So I was like, well, why don't I just talk about what's on my vanity while it looks like a human being has this vanity. So yeah, let's get right into it. So I decided to do this because, as you guys know from my beauty empties, I tend to buy the same kind of thing and same brands kind of over and over, because when it comes to beauty, unlike my feelings about my Bath and Body Works stash, I kind of talk about how, you know, if it ain't broke, don't fix it. So yeah, I'm just gonna talk about the things I kind of swear by on my vanity, the brands I keep going back to, etc., etc. So let's get going with what's on my vanity. So the first thing I'll talk about is just like this little thing that just sits here. It is a little like origami crane type deal that holds my wedding rings and my husband's rings. So yeah, we both have a silicone set and like a metal set. So he's wearing his silicone today. I'm wearing my metal today, as you can see. So yeah, we just kind of like stack our stuff on top of here, but I'll wear my silicone rings like to the gym and when I'm hiking and when I'm traveling and yeah, stuff like that. So we always have that kind of houses our sets. And so in my portion of the vanity, I have like two different like setups, I guess. So I'll get into the first part, and then I'll get into my makeup, which is in the second kind of setup that I have. So I kind of have this caddy. I think I bought this caddy maybe from like Home Goods or something like that about a year or two ago, and it just kind of houses all my bottles of stuff. I used to not have a caddy, and I felt like my stuff was just kind of everywhere. So I like this because it just kind of confines it into one space and keeps it all organized and like not all over the counter all the time. So I'll talk about the first thing I've got. This is my Yes to Miracle Oil. This is the argan oil, and I've been using these wipes as like makeup remover. I'm kind of in a weird place where my Yes to Micellar water was recently discontinued at Ulta and Target and all that. So in the meantime, I'm using wipes while I try to find another good cruelty-free drugstore brand of micellar water for makeup removal. So got these wipes, and let's get into the actual bin. So being in Colorado now, I always have my sunscreen within the bin just ready to rock and roll whenever I want to use it. So I've got this 85 plus, and yeah, I just use it primarily on my face, but also if I am barefoot, like during the summer or, you know, hiking, I will also use it on my neck, shoulders, tops of feet, stuff like that. Next are just these weird iron complex pills. I have an iron deficiency. I don't know if I would say I've been struggling with it, but I've had it for a couple of years. It especially can flare up, I guess, if you would say that, during fall and winter. So just on standby, I keep some iron pills. If you guys have been with my channel, at least since the summer, you guys know that I wear glasses and contacts. So this is just my glasses case. I take out my contacts every single night before I go to sleep, just so they don't dry out and get uncomfortable. And yeah, this is just my case for my glasses. I'll actually go around the front. So something else I have here is one of my staples. This is my Alba Botanica Acne Astringent. I use it twice a day, once before I put on my makeup in the morning, and last thing at night after I brush my teeth as well. So yeah, I just use a cotton ball with it. I really like it, and I always purchase mine at Marshall's or TJ Maxx, but you can definitely find them at Target too. So Alba Botanica Acne Astringent, you'll see this a lot in my beauty empties. Next is my setting mist. This is from Morphe. I just purchased this at Ulta when it's on sale. I think they're normally $16, but I got these for $8 or something like that. So yeah, Ulta setting spray, or sorry, Morphe setting spray. Love it, feels good, smells good, cruelty free. Next item I have is just kind of a really generic bottle of rubbing alcohol. I use this primarily to, I clean my piercings, but also, you know, I've got, you know, a cat. So if I have a scratch from her or, you know, this, that, and the other, I will put some rubbing alcohol on it just to keep it clean while it heals. All right, next is my deodorant. This is something kind of new from Secret. This is an aluminum-free deodorant, I guess, and this is in coconut. Overall, I do like it. I don't like it as much as Secret Outlast, but it is nice, so I would recommend it overall. So Secret aluminum-free, pretty good. The next thing I have is my Holy Grail body mist. This is, like, if I had to get rid of all of my fragrances and just keep one, this would be it. It is an oldie but a goodie, kind of vintage from Victoria's Secret. This is the Pink Spring Break Passion Fruit Hibiscus. I don't think it's especially fruity or floral. I actually get more of a sunscreen, very beachy vibe. So I do venture on to eBay, Poshmark, all that to purchase these, and they do get kind of pricey, but to me they're worth it. So I love it. The fragrance lasts. It's so good. All right, next I have an item from Paul Mitchell. So this is the Tea Tree Lavender Mint Moisture Milk. It's something that you put on your hair between your shower, like when you've washed your hair and when you dry it. It just kind of helps tame it a little bit. It's primarily for curls, and I curl my hair sometimes, but in general, it really is for frizz control. So my hair is not so frizzy now that I'm in Colorado, but when I was living in Virginia, it definitely got frizzy from the humidity there. So yeah, I don't use this especially often. I wouldn't necessarily repurchase because I don't feel like it's really life-changing, but it is nice for what it's worth. All right, next thing, something my husband uses, primarily. This is just some Listerine Fresh Burst mouthwash. So yeah, primarily his stuff, but I will use it too. All right, coming back here, this is another thing that I would not repurchase, and I'm really surprised because I do love Alba Botanica. This is the Hydration Sensation Micellar Cleanser. I purchased this to be a makeup remover, but I feel like it really doesn't do the job. It's very disappointing. So I'm nearly done with it. You'll see it in my December empties. It feels good on my skin, but in general, like I said, I would not repurchase. I'm pretty disappointed overall. All right, so moving to the kind of last row of stuff that I've got, I have another Paul Mitchell product, and this is the Worked Up Style Express or Express Style Hairspray. This is nearly done. It takes me forever to go through hairspray, so you won't see this in the December empties, but probably like January, February, you'll see this. So I would recommend it. Cruelty-free. I love Paul Mitchell products. The next time I have is a dry shampoo that I kind of recently started. This is Colab Dry Shampoo Original. Smells pretty nice. I feel like it works just fine, and it is cruelty-free. So I got it at Walmart, and yeah, overall I'm pretty satisfied with it. Next time I have is a heat protectant, again by Paul Mitchell. This is, again, this Express Style, hot off the press, heat protectant. I think that it's okay. I don't think that I'll necessarily repurchase it once it's done, or if I choose to declutter it. I just feel like it makes my hair feel a little bit weighed down when I use it. But if you are, you know, in the market for a heat protectant, I think that, you know, if you want to try Paul Mitchell, go for it, but I don't like how it weighs down my hair. All right, next couple of things I have, just a really, you know, generic store brand nail polish remover. It's unusual that I do my own nails, but sometimes I do. So I'll use this from time to time to take off polish, and it works just fine for me. Very last thing I have here is just my Bio True contact solution. So not very sexy, but it definitely has a place on my vanity. So again, that's just like my caddy of like larger bottles of things, I guess, that I use just on a regular basis. So like I said, I keep it in the caddy just to keep it really organized. I like to be a tidy person in general, so that kind of helps me with that situation. So yeah, I definitely reach for all these things, at least most of them, on a pretty regular basis. Okay, so the last thing I'll talk about is this acrylic organizer. I think I got this from maybe Marshalls or TJ Maxx, something like that. You can always find acrylic organizers at Home Goods, TJ Maxx, Marshalls, places like that. And I just use mine to kind of house my makeup. This is my entire makeup collection. I tend to be pretty minimal with makeup. And yeah, I kind of like it that way. Like that's just kind of how I am. So let's dive into what I've got in my acrylic organizer, and then that'll be it for what's on my vanity. So the first things I have in this little like top bit, I guess, are just contact cases. I've got some hair ties and some bobby pins. I go to the gym pretty much every day, so these definitely come in handy pretty much every day. And also this kind of like lone cover girl eyeshadow. I don't remember what it's called, but it's a very like taupey champagne shimmer. So yeah. All right, so if I pull out this drawer, this is just what I have that I guess one would pan. You know, it comes in a metal pan. So I have my e.l.f. eyebrow powder. So this is what I used when my hair was brown. As you guys have seen from my last few videos, it's now black, so I had to kind of switch away from this. But under normal circumstances, I use this kind of brown duo from e.l.f. From Ulta Beauty, I have the blush that I use every single day. It's just the Flushed Blush, and I like the finish of it. It's not very shimmery, and so yeah, that's why I like it, and I think it blends nicely in with my skin. So this one is in Pink Smoke. It has lasted me quite a while. I think I got this back for my wedding like in January, so it's been almost a year, and I only hit pan on it kind of recently. So it has definitely been worth its price tag, like definitely. The next thing I purchased most recently is this Ulta Beauty brow powder. I purchased this because, you know, like I said, I just recently colored my hair black, so I needed this kind of darker color to make my eyebrows at least match up with my hair a little bit more than they would normally. And then finally, I have just a Sephora pencil sharpener for my pencil lip liners. And also this palette from e.l.f. I purchased this back in October, so this was another kind of recent purchase of mine. But yeah, Mad for Matte. And I really like that it's a matte finish on all these shades. It's not shimmery, and that's really my preference. So you can tell that I've definitely like touched the palette quite a bit, but I haven't hit pan on any of these colors. So I think that I'm gonna have this for quite a while. Okay, so that's what I've got in my drawer. Let's get into the other compartments. Okay, so for this first compartment, this is primarily like lip products. So if you guys know from my Instagram, if you follow me for my outfit of the day and things like that, I most of the time will wear a red if I'm wearing a lip color. So I guess I'll start with the only lip item I have that's not color. This is from e.l.f. It's kind of just an exfoliating kind of, not quite a lipstick, like it looks like a lipstick, but it's really an exfoliating stick, I guess. I tend to use this most in winter, but it's really nice to kind of buff that texture off your lips, especially if you're gonna do matte lip colors like I do. All right, so speaking of lip colors, I have, again, a series of reds, and I've got some neutrals and some pinks and things like that, so let's get into them. So the first one I'll talk about is this. This is the one I've had the longest. Yeah. And this is my Sephora Liquid Lipstick number 1. It's just a bright kind of cherry red color. This is a go-to if I'm doing a more vintage look that needs a bright lip, but I don't want it to be especially vampy or dark or too blue toned. The lip color that I definitely go for most is this Kylie lip kit. I just lost my pencil. That's my pencil, by the way. My Kylie lip kit. This is in Mary Jo K. I have olive tone skin, so I find, at least for me, that, and at least for my preferences, that I tend to usually go for a red that has a blue undertone, and this is a really good one for that. So when I first was suggested Kylie lip kits, I was just like, no, like I don't get into the Kardashian thing, I don't get into the Jenner thing. But I am a believer. This stays for everything. Like, it doesn't budge, and I love it. So you definitely apply the lip liner first, and then you use the lipstick, and I really, really love it. The next thing I have, and I actually have 2 of these, and kind of a long story, but I do. I have 2 of these NARS lip pencils. I purchased these before I went cruelty-free. These are both in Cruella. And I think that these wear really nicely. You kind of have to babysit them more than the liquid lipsticks for sure, but it's more of a vampy red. It's a little bit darker, still has that blue tone. Really, really love it. The last lipstick I have in here is, I believe, from Ulta. Yeah, so it's the Ulta Beauty. This is in Mischievous. It's a lip color that I wear quite a bit in my videos. It's definitely a little bit more neutral and definitely not as red as you can see as my other lipsticks and lip colors. So it's really nice and easy, but it does give you some color on your lips. All right, so let's move on to what I have in kind of like my skincare foundation kind of container. So this is my foundation that I use all the time. This is the CoverGirl in Olay Simply Ageless, and I buy mine in Classic Ivory. I love how it feels. It's medium coverage, which is great for me, and it's in color 210. Love it, and I definitely repurchase this. This is my go-to concealer. This is the Morphe concealer. I buy mine in C1.65, and yeah, I really enjoy it. I like this because it has a bit of a tacky texture, so it really doesn't move, especially as easily as this foundation does. But yeah, it's like 10 bucks, and I think it's definitely worth the price tag. This is kind of like a catch-all little container that I have just because it's large enough for that. I'm currently using up an e.l.f. Blemish Control Primer. It's good for, you know, masked knee type situations. So yeah, really happy with that. Purchased it at Ulta. And I also have a couple little like random lip colors. So I just kind of happened to get this sample from, I believe it's from Rimmel, maybe? I don't know, I don't remember. Let me see if it says. I'm sure it does. No, it's L'Oreal. Okay, so L'Oreal, I recently got a sample from Ulta just for making a purchase, and this is the Rouge Signature, and this is in the color I'm Worth It. L'Oreal is not cruelty free, so in general I don't purchase it, but I do like the red color of this. It's a little bit more orange than my other colors, but I still quite enjoy it against my skin tone, and it feels good. The doe foot applicator is kind of interesting on it in the sense that it's quite flexible, but I still would recommend it in general, especially if you're not cruelty free. All right, I also have two other random little lipsticks. I have this Mary Kay lipstick in Hibiscus. Again, I purchased this before I went cruelty free. It's a really fun blue toned magenta color, and I really enjoy it if I want something bold, but I'm not feeling red on that day. This is another lipstick I use quite a bit in my videos. This comes from e.l.f. and I purchased this at Ulta. I don't remember what color it is, but it's a little more orange than what I typically go for. However, I think it still looks nice. It's, you know, you definitely have color on your lips, but it's not crazy. And yeah, this is, like I said, the e.l.f. Seriously Satin Lipstick. So it feels good and definitely worth the money. This is something I don't typically have, but I'm kind of at the end of one of my pocket backs in Blueberry Crumble, and for that reason I put it upside down on my vanity and just kind of use it as I go. I find that toward the end of pocket backs it's kind of a pain to you know, get your product out of it. So again, it's not like I always have one of these here, but when I'm at the end of a pocket back, I'll shove it in here and keep it upside down for whenever I want to use it. All right, and two more categories to go through. I have my eye makeup stuff, I guess. So I have a dark brown mascara from CoverGirl. I believe this is Lash Blast. I have a primer from CoverGirl, would recommend. And I have my kind of go-to very black Clump Crusher mascara from, again, CoverGirl. So very happy that CoverGirl went cruelty free a while back. I really do enjoy their products, and I really have since, you know, I was in high school. A couple other items I have, just some liquid eyeliners. Liquid is my preference when it comes to eyeliners, but I do have some other kind of cream ones that are meant to be smudged. So yeah, I typically stay with my blacks and my browns. With eyeliners, I really don't venture out with eye looks in the way that I'll kind of venture out with a red lip. Last thing I have in here is kind of random, but it's just where it fit. This is an EDT in Coconut Lime Verbenas, so definitely a vintage in my Bath & Body Works stash, but it just kind of sits there. All right, and my very last but not least category is this container that I have primarily, I guess what I call like beauty tools. So I have my thermometer just because, you know, COVID times, but I also have my different kinds of eye brushes, a blush brush. I have some eyebrow, you know, like a spoolie and some eyebrow powder brushes. I have my eyelash curler, so any kind of tool that I use for beauty just kind of goes in this last section. I've got quite a bit going on here, more than I would normally, but you know, it is what it is. Okay, so that is it for my What's on My Vanity video. It's kind of random, but I hope you guys enjoyed kind of seeing what I swear by, what I enjoy, and why. And as always, please make sure that you like, comment, subscribe. Don't forget to follow me on Instagram at Yellow Brick Repat. I'll put it down below, and I'll see you guys later. Bye.